What's up everybody? I'm making this video tonight to talk about how advanced yogis can heal themselves. And a yogi is someone who practices yoga and may have mastered yoga. So I myself am an advanced yogi. I found yoga in 2015. I was playing hockey and I was actually going through a tough time in my life. I was actually addicted to drugs. I had been prescribed Ambien right before my senior year, I think in 2013. Ended up going to Ativan, which is a benzo. Ativan in February of my senior year, and then in 2015 I was put on Xanax, and that was horrible, and these were all pretty high dosages. It was prescribed to me for sleep because I was dealing with racing thoughts and problems when I try to go to sleep at night. So what I realized it was, I was immature so I didn't realize it, but I was taking pre-workout when I'd get out of school. So we'd get out of school around 2, I'd get home at 2:30, I'd make my pre-workout. And I think the reason I wasn't falling asleep at night and the reason that I was having racing thoughts was because I was consuming caffeine too close to my bedtime. So nowadays, I rarely will have caffeine after 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. because sleeping and being able to fall asleep whenever I want to is really important to me. I grew up with a sleep problem, so I do everything in my power to make sure that when I hit the pillow, I'm out. And I sleep like a baby. I haven't had a sleep problem in years. So I was a drug addict on the Xanax, became dependent on it. They were making my thought process and decision making worse. I was trying other drugs, buying drugs off the street, like not only having it prescribed, but also going and buying it off dealers. And it made me make a lot of bad decisions, ruined some friendships and relationships, and it was hell on earth that year. For me, it was hell. And yoga helped me get out of it. Yoga I attribute to me getting off of drugs. I haven't done drugs since February 2016 is when I got sober off of all the benzo pills, the Xanax, the Ativan, the Klonopin, the Valium. And then obviously Ambien is similar to those, but I got off of all of that in February of 2016, and yoga was what did it for me. So I was working with this yoga instructor, Yoga Kim, and she does power yoga, but she is a very, very healthy person. When I met her, she had told me that since she had started practicing yoga, that she had never been sick. Like she had been through her kids growing up and getting sicknesses at school, coming home with a stomach bug. She never picked it up. Her husband would get sick at work, bring it back to the house, she would never get it. So she showed me early that advanced yogis have the ability to create a force field around themselves from environmental toxins. So she was able to drive her energy and her love into me. She knew I was in a bad place, she knew I was in hell. And she taught me yoga, ujjayi breathing, how to be one with myself, one with nature, one with the universe. And I healed myself completely. Haven't done drugs since, and I've never felt better. So after I did yoga for about a year and a half with her, one-on-one personal training, I then kind of let it leave my daily workout habits for a while when I was at college. I would still do ujjayi breathing, I would still incorporate some of the things that I learned in yoga in my workouts, but I wasn't doing an hour yoga session like I had been doing back in Massachusetts in 2015. Until I moved here to Miami Beach, I met someone who lives at my building named Alexander. His name's Alexander the Light, and he's a guru, he's a trainer here on Miami Beach, and he is very into, obviously, yoga. He's an advanced yogi. He's a very advanced yogi. He is a very advanced yogi. But he's into meditation. He's into Eckhart Tolle, the power of now. Joe Dispenza. He believes that we have the ability to, again, heal ourselves and to create whatever reality that we want to create. And ways that you can do that are by tuning into what your vibrational frequencies are. So traditionally, scientists found that the range of frequencies for vibration are 0 to 1,000. On the lower end, 0 to 100, 150. That is when you are operating out of fear, jealousy, anger. When you are higher on the spectrum towards 1,000, you are operating your life out of love, out of positivity, out of abundance. The difference is you attract, likes attract. So if you think and you operate at a higher frequency, you are going to attract higher frequency beings and higher frequency opportunities. If you choose to be in the lower realm, you're going to attract more scarcity, more problems, more suffering. You get what you are. So that has been cool to see, the 0 to 1,000 frequency spectrum. But what scientists just figured out was that if you are operating your life on your true purpose, so you are fulfilling your destiny here on the planet, you are doing exactly what you were born to do. You not only will live at 1,000 frequency, you will be at a 4,000 frequency, which is 4 times the amount that scientists had originally believed was possible. So if you have found your purpose, if you have done yoga, breath work, meditation, and you have increased your own intuition to guide you to what your purpose is in life, you will be operating at a 4,000 vibrational frequency. It is unbelievable. A few things you can do to either raise your vibration or lower your vibration. A lot of rap music has very low vibrational beats inside of them. Some of these beats the human ear doesn't pick up. It's subconscious. But there are horrible frequencies in a lot of rap music. And if you think of what they're saying, kill people, fuck this bitch, run this person over, shoot this guy, like it's all like awful. It's all violent and aggressive and extremely low vibrational. And I think that's one of the reasons that rap was pushed to be so popular, was because people like me back in high school, it was when I started listening to rap music that I would consider doing drugs. I had never done drugs or drank alcohol before my senior year of high school. And I started listening to rap music, and obviously that was bringing in low vibrational influences into my life. Also think of around the time, this was when I was finishing up high school, Wolf of Wall Street came out. And, you know, I'm all for Jordan Belfort, cool guy. I know he lives over here behind me at Star Island, and I'd love to meet him. I have respect for him. But he was a bad person. He stole a bunch of money from people. He didn't pay them back. He did a deal with the feds to be a rat, and then he bailed on being a rat and ended up getting in trouble with everybody else. So, you know, why was that so glorified for my generation? And they did so many drugs and like were not on their purpose in that movie. And that's what all the guys my age were all like raving about when it came out. Everybody wanted to be like Jordan. I had friends who wanted to, you know, pop extra pills because it would make them crawl around on the floor like in the movie. So I think a lot of what's put out there in the world today, movies, music, there are so many satanic symbols subconsciously placed into these TV shows. So you're watching the show and you don't notice, but in the background, they are priming your brain to accept Satanism. There are many shows that are doing this right now. Some of them are more in your face than not. Like some artists, I'll say, whoever just started the song Paint the Town Red, that's like straight satanic. And there's so many young women and so many young girls and boys who are like having that on repeat in their headphones all day. Subconsciously, their brain is recognizing Satanism and being okay with it. Honestly, even potentially like worshiping it by listening to that song and vibing with it. So look at your music, your TV shows. It's not only what you put inside your body, it's also what you put in your brain. What media are you watching? You know, what does your scrolling look like? Are you doom scrolling? Is there a lot of war videos on your page? Remove all that stuff. When I was training with Alexander, I would occasionally play Grand Theft Auto 5. And I told him that. I said, hey, yeah, I was, playing Grand Theft Auto 5 last week. And he was like, oh, I used to love that game, but you shouldn't play it. And I said, why? And he said, because like subconsciously and subliminally, it is like teaching you to kill people, teaching you to be okay with running people over. Like it's a bad energy. So I think avoiding stuff like that can help you raise your vibration, and then just operate your life out of a love-based consciousness, not a scarcity-based consciousness. An abundance consciousness, not a scarcity consciousness. And you will live a better life. If you learn yoga, if you learn ujjayi breathing, we can teach you how to create a force field around your body that will protect you from all germs, viruses, and environmental toxins. So if you need help with that, hit me up. I have a lot of experience in yoga. I would consider myself an advanced yogi, and I'm very good with meditation. I can do yoga sessions, I can teach you how to ujjayi breathe. And for me, in my life, in my training, in my health journey, yoga was by far the most powerful, and it will be the most powerful moving forward as well. I'm looking forward to tapping into more of my potential and more of my inner power. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this helped some of you, and please reach out if you want to work with me. Send me a DM. We'll get to work. And I'm just out here trying to be the healthiest that I can be, staying away from drugs. I'm living a sober life. We're going to the top. We're building this business. We're going to help people. We're going to spread this to the masses. We're going to make sure that people are living longer than they previously expected to live. Hope you all have a great night. See you later.